So Islam Makhachev will be fighting in Machachave at UFC 330, and I feel like this could be one of the biggest event in 2026 in MMA world, because Machado is different. Islam is completely a dominant fighter. He smothers people. He's quite belligerent in the octagon as well. And if you look at Machado Garry, and of course you look at the background as well, and that's probably why this fight is going to be so iconic, and it could really be the reminiscent of the most watched UFC fight in history, Khabib versus Conor McGregor, because obviously there's a lot going on there, but I feel like this one is kind of more different because we're seeing two serious fighters. Machado Garry has had absolutely beaten all of his opponents mostly, and then you look at Islam Makhachev, he's been dominating for the last 10 years almost. So obviously it's a very tough matchup. If I talk about the techniques, I feel like since I've been watching UFC for quite some time, I feel like the technique that Machado Garry comes up with, he is just so versatile. The guy has a very high range stand up as well. He moves a lot. He's quite fast with his jabs, and also his takedown defense is insane. Shavkat, right, tried to really take him down, but he kept standing. So I think in that radar, I feel like he's more, he's tall, he's young, he's pretty powerful in there. And then on the other hand, Islam Makhachev, he's indescribable. The guy has an immense talented plethora of skills right now. He's been fighting some of the greatest fighters in the platter of UFC. We saw the way he submitted the king of submission, Charles Oliveira. Then we saw him submitted Dustin Poirier, and then I think there were some other fighters. Oh, he knocked down Alexander Volkanovski, right? One of the most eminent MMA fighters of his time. So I feel like at all the statistics, this is going to be one of the biggest event in UFC world, and it's so hard to predict. Obviously, the win between Islam versus Machado Garry, but if you talk about durability, if you talk about technique, if you talk about someone that can finish someone that could finish up those champion rounds perfectly well, then definitely I will go with Islam Makhachev, because the guy has as unparalleled experience. He comes off of beating literally everyone. Machado Garry could be dangerous and is pretty chaotic in the octagon, but I don't think he can really pull the trigger at this time, because Islam Makhachev is just enormous, and also his grappling level is insane. If he takes Ian Machado Garry down, I think that's the end of the story.